Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.stampingup.net. I'm doing it again. I'm playing with the Country Flowers bundle, which is this gorgeous photopolymer stamp set and coordinating dies from the new catalogue. And I am going to be starting out by stamping these millions of times. Okay, maybe not millions, but quite a few. And I'm going to be collecting all the coloured and die cut pieces and bringing you different projects over the next couple of weeks. So if you do want to go to today's project, because you've already seen me make all these pieces, go to 4 minutes in and I will start on today's card. But as it is, I'm just stamping on a piece of A4 a whole array of different images from this stamp set, okay? We've got the table, we've got the fern, we've got 2 different floral bouquets, we've also got the teapot, and we've got the vase to put them in. And I'm going to be colouring these in, so this is going to be using Cajun Craze, light and dark. It also uses the 1900 skin tone blends, and it also uses the ivory blend, okay? And I'm just colouring that in to get a nice earthy texture. The teapot, it is grey granite, light and dark. Okay, and I'm just going with really good shading on these, trying to really get them to blend into each other. And I'm going over the top then with light soft seafoam just to add sort of a grungy green to it. The fern pieces I'm doing with Mossy Meadow, light and dark, and Old Olive, light and dark. If you want to see how I do colour and use my colours, you can check out any of my other videos on YouTube, as I do a lot of blending videos because I'm obsessed. I love them. But for this one, I am just very quickly sketching through this so you can see how I do the prep work and then how I bring that into my actual designs at the end. So again, light and dark Old Olive on this one. We've also got light and dark Lost Lagoon. I've also got dark Moody Mauve just on the top of that fern there. Okay, for the rest of it, I'm going to be bringing in light and dark Fresh Freesia with a touch of rich raspberry through the middle. And then for the flowers, I'm going to be using light and dark Pool Party with Daffodil Delight in the middle as the pop of colour. For this little one, again, I'm going to be using light and dark Old Olive. I wanted to try and keep the colours similar so that they would all work together. Light and dark Bubble Bath, a little bit of Daffodil Delight, and I've come in with just a bit of Mossy Meadow to add some definition at the end and finished it with some Lost Lagoon. And then for the table, I'm using Copper Clay, light and dark, and I'm also using Pecan Pie, light and dark. And I'm just going over the right-hand side with dark Crumb Cake. And that is the table all done. So that's all the images. Once I've done that, I'm going to cut them so that I can fit them through my cut and emboss machine. Okay, they don't take full sheets of A4, so I just needed to cut those down. Use the die cut pieces, and I created all of these lovely little pieces. Now I keep them in little pots on my desk. These silicone baking trays are great for them because of course I can fold them up and put them in a drawer afterwards. Finally, there were some little die cuts in there that don't coordinate with the stamp pieces, so I'm just doing some sponged backgrounds onto some basic white. And then I'm going to die cut those out and also add them to trays because you never know when you might use them. So there's some flowers and leaves and things like that. So I'm going to be die cutting a whole host of those out and again putting them in different silicone little baskets like that for the card. So here is my project for today. And this one is courtesy of my partner Mark, who did suggest pop in one of the leafy pieces on top of another one of the leafy pieces to make a tree. And I thought to myself, that's quite a clever idea. Don't tell him I said that, but it was. And so I decided to create it. So first of all, I grabbed the clay vase, popped a dimensional underneath and added on my first leafy piece, and then popped a dimensional underneath that one and added on another leafy piece. And I've made it so the vine runs all the way through the middle. Now you could have added another one on the top. I decided not to. Instead, I attached it to the table, and I was really glad that I was able to use this table because truthfully, I wasn't sure whether I really would. So I am so chuffed I managed to get it on this card. So I've put on a lot of dimensionals for this. This is because I plan to use it in a craft fair. And I thought to myself, if I'm going to be popping this in a box that will eventually go to a stall, I want to make sure it's still standing up and looking pretty when I get there. Now I'm adding a sentiment, sending love, and I'm going to trim that down. Now I made a little bit of an error with this. When I first put it onto the card, I put the dimensionals on the wrong way. So I thought I need 2 dimensionals on the right hand side, which truthfully is what I did. But when I turned it the other way around, I realised I've actually put them on the left hand side. So I put 3 down and then I didn't like it like that. So instead, while it was stuck to the card, I decided to create a bit of a flag and have it sort of on this triangle piece cut out, which I know I do normally on my sentiment pieces, and I should have just done straight away with this one. So now I'm going to add it to my folded card. It was the correct size because it was 10.5 by 14.8, which is the same as my A6 card base. And I'm using some Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue to stick that down. Once you've done that, you can just embellish it any way you like. I am going to add some final embellishments on the top as well, just to give it a little bit of something in the white areas. So I'm going to be using the basic pearls, just add a few of them on there, and that's pretty much the card done. What do you think? Thanks so much for watching. Please do subscribe for more crafty inspiration. As I said, this is a series. There's going to be quite a few of them. Step back and see what I do on others. Everything I've used today is available from my store, slimandstylish.stampinup.net. Bye.